You're looking live at the Victoria Rec Center for Saturday morning Junior Gold B High School League action, featuring the home team, Chaska Chanhassen Purple, in their home whites. Currently number 4 in their division standings, with an 11-2-1 league record and a 15-4-1 overall record. Taking on the visitors from the Northwoods, the Bemidji Lumberjacks, currently in a tie for 10th place in the league with a 5-3 division record. These two teams met last weekend, a pair of games up in Bemidji. Stormhawks winning game 1 4-0, and then falling on Saturday morning 2-1 in the coldest junior gold hockey game at least this Chaska Chan team has ever played. Bemidji is now, since that win over the Stormhawks, now on a 3-game losing streak. They were swept on the following 2 games on Saturday and Sunday last week by Elk River. And then they lost last night 4-1 to Lakeville Black. Stormhawks, meanwhile, first action back on the ice since last week, or since Sunday, when the Stormhawks tied Edina White, one of the top teams in the league, 3-3 in a comeback tie game. Chaska Chanhassen will be playing a few players short of their full roster. Cam Biller out with an injury, with a hand injury. I believe I don't see Hayes Long out there. He is out this morning with a previous commitment, as well as Jack Popa. They expect to see Max Worthington in net for the Stormhawks this morning. Worthington owns a 9-1-0 overall record with a 1.30 goals against average and a .945 save percentage, which is outstanding numbers all around. The Bemidji goaltender, they only have one on their roster, owns a 3.00 goals against and an .895 save percentage. And anytime you're close to 900, not bad. So he's a little below 900 save percentage. First of 2 games this weekend for Chaska Chanhassen. They will have another home game tomorrow at 6 p.m. against Shakopee. And then next weekend we'll take on Buffalo. Another night game. I think that's on Saturday night, maybe Friday night. Those 2 games will both be at Chaska Community Center. Starting lineup, yep, Max Worthington in net. Your defensemen, Josh Lund and Dawson Perry. Your forwards, Kieran Kurt at center, Matthew Tyler at left, and Braden O'Connell at right. We'll have to see how they handle kind of the uneven lineup. Trying to see if they dumped anybody back. It looks like they might be going with 5 defensemen, unless they put somebody back. Actually, I'm seeing, I think 5 defensemen. So that's probably what they're going to do. And they're going to roll centers or roll a winger. We are underway. Bemidji with the puck, initially kicked ahead now by Perry into the zone. Reaching for it, now almost gloved down by Tyler. Tyler digging it out of the skates of the referee, who can't get out of the way in time. Chipped in by O'Connell. Player to look out for Bemidji, number 13. He's their leading scorer. He's also one of their more, let's say, dirty players. Here's Kirk coming up with a loose puck. We'll flip it in. Goes into the corner. It'll be Tyler. He's pushed off, but he fights through a check to get a stick on it. Pushed up the wall now to Lund, jumping up. Lund tried to force it in front. It's taken off of his stick. Bemidji will flip it up, but not out. Kurt holds the zone for a moment. Now the Lumberjacks skate up. Missed pass will come to Lund. Lund across to Perry. Perry back to Lund. He will take some ice. Now go cross ice to Tyler. Tyler Stepping around to check. He's taken down. No call there. Into the corner. Kurt now forechecking. First on the puck. In front. Shot right on by Annis. Good chance there for the Stormhawks. Kurt finding a late arriving Will Annis. Now Perry keeping the line. Comes to Tyler, and it's taken away from him. Now around the wall. Kicked down by Perry. And now Bemidji will flip it up right to the stick of Annis. Annis will skate up, step around to check, but he lost the puck. Now thrown all the way down. Would have been icing, but the Stormhawks were going for a change. Now Brits to Nelson. Nelson through the middle of the ice, now to the near side. Into the zone with a head of steam. Nelson down the right side. Throws it in front. Here's a chance for Annis. He scores! Second chance of the shift for Will Annis. And this time he finds the back of the net to give the Stormhawks a 1-0 lead. Annis's 15th of the season. And now tied for the scoring lead with Kieran Kurt with 28 points. Single assist to Bear Nelson. 18. That's Nelson's 4th assist of the year. He's got 12 points on the year. Brits will give it to Annis. Annis has it tipped off his stick. Now Robinson to Brits. Brits missed the past 3 games. He missed the Bemidji trip and the Edina game, but he's back. I'm curious to see if we see any sort of retaliation on number 13 in blue. He was the one that had an illegal hit against Cameron Biller that sent him out. We'll have to see if anybody has put a target on his back. He's the one, I believe, taking the face-off here against Dylan Olsen. Olsen wins it to Annis. He tried to flip it ahead. Comes to Robinson. Tipped before it comes on net. Annis chasing. Keeps it in for a moment. Now Brits jumping up. Brits coming through a check. Try to feed it across to Nelson. Glove down by Brits. And he goes in hard against the end wall. Up the wall. Kicked. Held in by Annis for a moment. Then picked up by number 13. Shot save off the shoulder of Worthington. That's something you don't see number 13 in blue do a lot, is shooting. I think that's exactly what he should do. Coming up with the puck is Nelson. Nelson has it taken away, then dumped right back out. Thrown in by the Lumberjacks off the end wall to Brits in the corner. Now at the hash mark, he fights through a check and comes up with the puck. It's pass off a skate of Hubbard, but gets into the Lumberjack zone. Hubbard and Severson chasing. It'll be Severson first on it. A Lumberjack player goes down, allowing Stormhawk forecheck to get to work. Now a loose puck. Hubbard hammered into the wall as he came up with a puck. Now Bemidji looking to break out. They're going to try to go the other way, and Hubbard will be the first on it, I think. He does. He keeps it in. Good start for the Stormhawks. A lot of chances, or a lot of zone time to this point. Lund holds it in. Now off the wall and all the way down. Might come on net. Rolling puck will go for an icing. 1-0 Chaska Chanhassen with 11:25 to go in the opening period. Goal by Will Annis. Hubbard, Jacqueline, and Severson your forwards, along with, looks like, Reinhardt and Lund. So we do have 5 defensemen that will be kind of rotating as they play. Dumped in by the Lumberjacks, and nobody chases there. Pass in front, and thankfully on his backhand, otherwise he would have had a great chance. Severson off the wall, held in, long shot, going well wide into the corner. Now Lund picking up, trying to get it up the wall. He does to Jacqueline. Jacqueline will get it to the line and out. Now Lund jumping up, chips it ahead. We'll see if he can chase it down. He does. His defenseman backed way off. Lund, long shot, save, bouncing rebound to Severson. He can't get on it. Now chipped off the wall and down. Reinhardt will get to it before icing. Reinhardt, nice little move to get away. Gives to O'Connell. O'Connell, cross ice pass to Lund. Lund up the far side. Gives to Deming. Deming in the zone. His shot goes off a stick and wide. Now Kurt holding. He throws a shot right on into the corner. Round the wall to Lund. Lund, long shot, blocked up high, and then flipped out to neutral ice. Glove down there by Lund. Goes across to Britz. He's got to hurry. He wins that puck and still fights ahead. Britz skates in, gets it in the zone, fighting through another check. This time he goes down, but still fighting through it. As finally, Britz taken out of the play, and up skates the second leading scorer for Bemidji, getting around O'Connell. Coming in, sharp angle shot, saved by Worthington. Flipped up to the blue line, kicked at the blue to Kurt. Kurt through the middle of the ice. Kurt skating in, down the right side. Sharp angle shot right on, pad save. Well, I think he was looking for a puck to come out on the rebound there. Number 7 again, he'll flip it in on the backhand to the corner, off the stick of Worthington. Chasing his Britz. Britz off the wall and gets it out. Shuttle down the ice into the Stormhawk zone. It'll be Britz on the puck. Cross to Annis. Annis through the middle of the ice. Annis stick handling. Backhand shot right on. Rebound out to Tyler. Tyler shot right on. Save, rebound. They fight away for it. Where is it? Jumping up is Robinson, just a touch late. Now winning a battle, it's Perry. Perry able to get it away from number 13. Flipped ahead into the Lumberjack zone. Now stretch pass, missing everything, goes to Reinhardt. Reinhardt across to Robinson, bounces to Tyler. Tyler's pass to Annis just hops his stick. Annis holds the zone, comes in. Annis on the backhand. His shot goes well over the net. Now into the corner, chasing his Tyler. Tyler winning the puck there, absorbing a check, and comes out to Annis. Annis with the puck a lot, and penalty coming against Bemidji. And they touch it up. Little tripping call. Annis was picking up the puck in the high slot, kind of circling to potentially take a shot, and he's chopped down. And can catch the number on the Bemidji player as he went to the box. 8:19 to go in the first period. It's 1-0 Stormhawks. First power play of the game coming for Chaska Chanhassen here. They've got Olsen, Tyler, and Annis. Face off one to Perry, and that's Perry and Lund, your defense. Down to Tyler at the left circle. Tyler comes out with it. Gives to Perry. And he just pushed off the wall, and that'll allow them to go all the way down with it. A little too much stick handling there by Matthew Tyler, and that results in the turnover. Now Perry up the near side has his pocket pick, getting help from Annis. Annis skates in. Annis, his shot right on, and no rebound. Get a change of forwards. It'll be Kurt, O'Connell, and Nelson. So I think they might be rotating left wings. So I assume we'll see Kurt with O'Connell here. Got a little delay here. An official got a cut on him, so he's looking for some tape. Face-off won by the Lumberjacks, and they'll throw it all the way down. Halfway through the first period, Stormhawks lead. Oh boy, that was dangerous there. Worthington left it for Perry, and Perry lost the race to the puck. Kurt now leaves for Nelson. Nelson to O'Connell, just a little bit out of his reach. He's able to just chip it in. Bemidji will get on the puck and throw it down the middle of the ice all the way down. This time I think Worthington will be a little safer with the puck. Maybe not. He just left it there for Lund. Lund fighting through a check. Leaves for Nelson. Nelson across to Perry. Perry to O'Connell. Didn't handle that cleanly, but nobody there to pressure him. Then a drop pass there from O'Connell. Comes out. It'll be Kurt in the zone to pick it up. 35 seconds left to go on the power play. Kurt stick handled himself out of the puck. Now to Lund. To Perry. Perry chips it in. And right to Bemidji, who will throw it all the way down, or at least off the stick of Perry, it'll find its way down. 15 seconds on the man advantage. Perry to Nelson. To Perry. And his pass to Kurt out of his reach. Kurt holds it down at the line, skates in. He'll pass it up to Perry as the penalty expires. Long shot, tipped in front. Kurt lurking on the back door. Now Kurt off the end wall, down to Nelson and try to get it in front. Now Kurt back to Nelson, throws it in front. Nobody there for the Stormhawks. Nelson chasing on the wall, jumping up his Perry to hold his own. Then it's flipped out. Pass the stick of Lund. Lund escaping the forechecker. Leaves for O'Connell, who just chips it back in. Chips it out and then back in by the Lumberjacks. Overskating is 13 for Bemidji. Now Jacqueline up the right side, cuts to the middle. Jacqueline, he throws it in on net, sticked away. Now a loose puck to Robinson. Robinson had to fight through the stick check of Jacqueline. Long outlet pass for the Lumberjacks into the corner. Turnaround pass comes all the way out to Severson, who will skate up. He overskated the puck a little bit. Now to Jacqueline. Jacqueline will dump it into the corner for Hubbard to chase down. Off the side of the net, comes out in front, and goaltender gets a glove on it. We get a whistle with 5:15 to go. Stormhawks lead 1-0. This game has a very similar feeling to the Saturday morning game last weekend in Bemidji. Stormhawks with the early 1-0 lead and controlled most of the play, only to see Bemidji score the next 2 goals in that game. So got to be careful that doesn't repeat that. Nice slap shot there by Britz, fought off by the netminder. Out of the near side, bouncing puck comes to the top of the circle, right to a Bemidji player. Long outlet pass intercepted by Britz, and he overskates. They've been overskating the puck a lot here. Stormhawks a little careless with it. Well, they dig away at the red line. Dug out by Bemidji. Britz jumps up, but he kind of whiffed on the check, allowing Bemidji to come in. Backhand shot fought off by Worthington. Touch to the corner by Jacqueline. Now Hubbard. He'll go around to Robinson. Back to the near corner now. Hubbard leaves for Britz. Britz try to give to Jacqueline. That's off a skate. Now pass in front. Stormhawks can't get this puck out of the zone. Long shot blocked up high. This group has been out there a while. Britz will throw it all the way down for a very good icing. 4:22 to go. Chanhassen leads 1-0 off a first period goal by Will Annis. Annis with 2 almost identical scoring chances, one off the stick of Kurt to find Annis coming in late, and then on the goal, Nelson finds Annis and beats the netminder for his 15th of the season. Olsen down the right side, fighting through a pair of checks. Olsen behind the net, up to the point. Reinhardt jumping up. Now Olsen in the corner, has it taken away, tipped away by Deming. Now a sharp angle shot up the crossbar by Annis. Now Lund will dump it in the corner, and Bemidji able to chip it out. So loose puck at center ice, comes to Olsen. Olsen got it tipped away, then Deming had it taken away from him. Loose puck at the blue line, kept in by Reinhardt around the stick of Deming. And Stormhawks forecheck a little slow and getting going there. Allowing Bemidji to skate up, will flip down on net. And Worthington had to stay focused on that one as it bounced in on net. Kicked out by Deming all the way down. They're going to wave icing. Stormhawks will complete their change behind the play. Almost complete their change. Annis is still out there, so he's been out there a while. You can kind of tell by how he's having a hard time skating back to the puck, but then he overskated the puck there. Now Lund pressured. He'll leave it behind the net for Robinson. Getting bothered now by Kurt behind the net, up to the point and out. Dumped right back in by the Lumberjacks, and it'll be Robinson. Long pass all the way down for icing. 2:39 to go in the first period. It's 1-0 Chaska Chanhassen with the lead. Kurt wins this face-off to Perry, but he's sandwiched right away. Now up the wall, it'll be O'Connell. O'Connell's long pass to Tyler, a little behind him, and he couldn't come up with it. In comes Bemidji off a skate, bounce to safety, gets around Tyler. Tyler now leaves for Kurt, 2-on-2. And he stick handles himself out of the puck once again. Now Tyler getting a interception of the puck, feeds it around the corner for Kurt. Kurt tried to give it back to Tyler, eventually does. Tyler steps around to check once, but not twice. Bemidji breaking out to the neutral zone, flipped high in the air by Perry, bouncing puck, won by Tyler. Under 2 to play. Tyler in front. His pass intercepted, looking for Kurt in the slot. 2-on-1 chance. In alone. Skates saved by Worthington. Rebound comes off the Worthington's pad, and it's pushed to safety. Hubbard chasing. Bemidji able to get it out. Jacqueline jumping up. He's got to wait. Now Jacqueline's in offsides. He got pushed in offsides, and Nelson didn't realize that and skated the puck in. We'll get a whistle with 1:33 to play. That's one of the best chances of the game to this point. 2-on-1 opportunity with the leading scorer on the puck for Bemidji. Comes Bemidji on the attack, bothered by Brits. Off the glass, it'll be Reinhardt around to Nelson. Nelson's going to reverse and come to the near side now. Flips it high off the glass and to the blue line, but not out. Off the stick of Nelson into the corner. Bemidji player had to go looking for his stick. Comes now to Nelson. He tried to throw it off the wall. It does eventually come out with 1 minute to play in the opening period. Jacqueline picks up the puck, tried to feed it across to Hubbard. That play right there is where you just want to get it deep. And Nelson just missed getting the puck at the blue line. We'll get a change with 50 seconds to play. It'll be Olsen, Annis, and Severson. So I believe they are rotating their left wings here. Reinhardt ships up to Olsen. Olsen leaves it for Annis, and he left it out of the zone. Annis across to Brits. Bounces to Reinhardt, a puck that won't quite settle. They're just going to play catch the two defensemen here, Reinhardt and Brits. They're going to do it again like a fourth time, and Stormox just can't get anything going on the breakout. Brits to Reinhardt. A lot of moving, but not the puck not really going north-south, then tossed all the way down. It'll be icing. Ew, that was ugly. A lot of east-west, not a lot north-south there. The only north-south ended up being icing. So 13 seconds to go. Great chance here for Bemidji at the end of the period to get one with a little momentum into the brief intermission. Face-off won by Olsen. Up the wall to Severson's got to get this out. Oh man, that's a dangerous pass there, but it does come out, and that should do it for the period. That does it for the opening period. The horn doesn't sound. The horn doesn't sound as the time runs out. That was bizarre. We had the problem at one of our previous games of the horn sounding every 2 minutes. This time it doesn't sound at all. So 1-0 Chaska Chanhassen after one. Goal by Will Annis. So we'll switch ends. Stormhawks leading 1-0 after 1. I don't have shots on the board, but it feels like Chaska Chanhassen with the advantage in that first period. It will be Kurt, O'Connell, and Deming, along with Lund and Perry. There are shots on the board. 8-7 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. Kurt wins the faceoff back to Lund. Lund to Perry. Perry's pass off a skate. Lund will have to hurry, and it's chopped out of play. And we'll have a faceoff in Bemidji, or in the Stormhawk zone. Face-off won this time by Bemidji, but O'Connell able to win the puck. Now 2-on-1 with Deming. If they hustle, O'Connell shot right on, rebounded Deming. He gets a shot, but fought off by the netminder. Now a puck off a skate comes to Kurt and leaves it off the wall. And stopped at the line, but hops the stick of Lund. Here's Lund off the wall. Fighting through a stick check of Kurt is Bemidji, and they're able to get it in. Now Lund around to Perry. Perry's pass off a skate comes right to Worthington, right back to Perry. And his pass out of the reach of Kurt. Through the center of the ice, intercepted by Lund. He couldn't handle the puck. And it's forced ahead by the Lumberjacks. Now to Deming in front of the Bemidji bench. He's able to get it into the zone, but he's pushed off the puck. Forced all the way back down to the Stormhawk zone. It's Perry. His pass off a stick of Kurt to Deming that he couldn't handle. Now a loose puck at the blue line, chipped ahead by Lund to Annis. Annis skating in, cutting to the middle. His long shot, I think maybe off a stick, goes over the net. Now Kurt, shot right on, goes behind the net. Tyler looking to dig a puck loose. He does. To Kurt, one-time shot fans on. Now Lund right on, or not on, but blocked on as it came to the net. Up to Perry. Perry, long shot, blocked. Up high again, or down low again. Now Lund, that shot right on. Into the corner. Glove down at the blue line, but unfortunately right to a Bemidji player. He's able to dump it in. He was at the end of his shift. He was not going to be able to skate one-on-one there for a scoring opportunity. Here's Annis in his own zone. Off a skate, but comes to the near side. Bemidji chips it past the skate of Perry behind the net. It'll be Lund to try to win a puck. It's instead Bemidji with control. Try to throw it in front. That's off of a skate. Now Annis. Annis long pass to Tyler. He's cut off right away, but he finds a way to get on the puck. Give it to Annis. 2-on-2 with Olsen. Fighting through a check. Then he had to fight through the check of the linesman. Now Olsen. Olsen off the goaltender stick comes out to Britz. Britz will throw it off the end wall to Olsen. Try to give it to Annis. And that's broken up. Now Olsen coming out with it. Up to Robinson. Robinson, long shot. Stopped nicely and thrown all the way down for an icing. .12:17 to go. It's 1-0 Chaska Chanhassen with the lead. Hubbard with Jacqueline and Nelson. Bemidji with the puck off the glass, and it just comes out of the blue line. Robinson will flip it in offside. Stormhawks clear, and we'll try to force a turnover on the forecheck. Oh, they almost did there. Nelson just overskated a touch. Now thrown all the way down for icing, I believe. Yes, it is. Previous meeting between these two teams, Bemidji tried to get their top players out against the Stormhawks' third and fourth line, but the Stormhawks lines are inconsistent here, so it's a little harder to match lines. Plus, the Stormhawks get first change, or last change. Britz will throw it off a skate into the corner. Nelson tried to put it in front. That's taken away, and Bemidji will skate up. Stopped for a moment there by Robinson. Now a 3-on-2 if they hurry. I think it'll end up 3-on-3. Gets past the stick of Brits, pass in front off a skate of Nelson. He doesn't know where it is. Now he finds it. Try to give it to Jacqueline. Slap shot blocked in front by Nelson. Almost beat his own netminder. Now a pass awkwardly from behind the net comes in on Worthington, and he'll freeze it for a whistle. We'll have Severson, O'Connell, and Kurt, your forwards. Lund and Reinhardt, your defense. To the left of Worthington. Face-off won by the Lumberjacks. A shot off the stick of Worthington. Now, breakout pass. Misses the stick of O'Connell. A shot bounces to Severson. Able to get it ahead. Kurt swipes it into the Bemidji zone and chases. Almost able to win the puck now. Severson battling behind the net. Kicks it down into the corner. It'll be O'Connell. He's pushed off, allowing Bemidji to skate onto it, but held at the wall by Reinhardt. Up the wall, off the stick of Kurt. He's got to hustle back. It's a 2-on-1. Pass across, and nothing connects there for the Lumberjacks. Bouncing puck, pass in front, intercepted by Lund. He'll skate up. Lund bothered from behind, fights through that stick check. Lund stick handled himself out of the puck. How many times have we seen that today? Reinhardt will dump it in. Around the wall, held by Kurt, flips it down to Severson. Severson mishandled, his shot right on, comes back to Severson, and his rebound shot into the glove of the goaltender. Both teams getting wholesale changes here. 10:17 to go in the second period. Stormhawks lead 1-0. And like I said, very similar game to last Saturday morning. Stormhawks with the early 1-0 lead. Face-off won cleanly there by Olsen, but he split the defenseman. It'll be Perry to have to chase. Perry's dump out right to the stick of a Bemidji player. Shot, I think, off the side of the net. Now Britt's picking up the puck, but can't get it out. Oh, it does just come out. Dumped right back in offsides. There's one thing Chaska Chanhassen has to clean up here. It's just being a little careless with the puck. And sometimes totally unnecessary. They just stick handle themselves out of the puck, or just turning it away without looking where they're putting the puck. Bemidji through the neutral zone will flip in. Behind Worthington to the near corner. Brits around the glass, and it's into the netting. .9:40 to go. Puck in the skates of the linesman. Finds its way behind the net to Perry. Perry around to Brits. Up to Deming. Fighting through a check. Comes to Brits. Gives it across to Annis, who toe picked himself. Comes up with the puck. His shot goes high and wide. Now up the wall. Brits jumping up. Could be an odd man rush for Bemidji, but rush is slowed up, and Stormhawks back on the defensive side of the puck. Now to Brits in his own zone. Rolling puck. He settles it down. Tried to give it across to Annis. That's off a stick, and you could tell this line of forwards was mostly kind of gassed there. So they get a change. Second period is always that tougher one for the forwards. They have to go a long way. For not just the forwards, for all players, it's the long change. Hubbard jumping up. Now getting help from Tyler, and it'll roll in on net as Hubbard looking to jump on the puck. We'll get a face-off to the right of the Bemidji goalie. 8:42 to go in the second period. Stormhawks lead 1-0. Face-off one. Jacqueline can't quite win the race, and it's pushed out by the Lumberjacks. Skating in, defended by Lund. Good defenseman defending by Lund, and then getting help from Hubbard. Pass in front and frozen by Worthington. Face-off won by the Lumberjacks. Shot kicked away by Robinson and eventually pushed out. Now Hubbard, 2-on-3 with Jacqueline. His pass goes across. Nobody there for the Stormhawks. Robinson in his own zone across to Tyler, who will just one-time it in. Around the wall, it'll be Lund on it. Long shot. Maybe caught off by the goalie, then hit the side of the net. Tyler with it. Tyler stick handling, tried to leave it for Jacqueline. Now into the behind the net for Kurt to pick up. Rolling puck up to Robinson. Long shot right on. Looking for a tip from Tyler up high. Now an outlet pass fanned on, allowing Tyler to keep it in, but then he kind of partially fanned on it. Out to the Stormhawk blue line. Robinson's got a hustle. He gets it out. And dumped in by the Lumberjacks. They'll get a partial change. Now Lund. Lund stepping around a half-hearted check attempt. Now to Kurt. Across the red line. Touches for Nelson. Nelson drops for Kurt, and that missed everything and comes out of the zone. Bemidji with the puck from their own zone. Stormhawks a little passive on that rush defense. And the puck slides out in front, and Worthington will get a glove on it as the Stormhawks needed to complete a change there, I think. 7:02 to go. It's still 1-0. Face-off won by the Lumberjacks. Now behind the net, it's Reinhardt. Reinhardt now to the near side. Nelson, his pass intercepted at the blue line. Reinhardt through the middle of the ice. It's going to bounce his way to Kurt, and he can't quite get on the puck. Otherwise, that was going to be a good scoring chance for Kurt if that puck found its way through. Dumped in by the Lumberjacks to Reinhardt. Reinhardt leaves for O'Connell. He's shut off. Bemidji now tipped away by Reinhardt off the glass, but not out. I think it may have touched the referee as on its way out. Perry. Stormhawks can't find a way out of the zone. Forced up to the blue, but not out. Chance here for Bemidji, but a good stick by O'Connell. Gets it down deep. Reinhardt around to Nelson. It hops his stick, hit a little awkward bounce, and a blocker save. O'Connell with a good stick to stop the rebound opportunity. Perry in. Shot right on, and no rebound. You might have missed it because I forgot to move the camera, but he had Kurt lurking on the weak side. 5:58 to go. It's 1-0. Chaska Chanhassen with the lead. Severson, Olsen, and Annis, your forwards. Britz and Lund, your defense. Britz kind of fanned on a attempt to keep the puck in and had to fight through a stick check to get it back in. Now intercepted by Lund at the line. Here's Annis. His shot right on. Blocker safe. And eventually comes back to Annis. Annis to Severson. He has Olsen in front. Tip right on. Olsen scores! Olsen fought through the stick check. Really nice pass from, I believe it was Severson. First shot save, and then he finds the rebound and dumps it in past the sprawling arm of the goaltender. Olsen gets his 14th of the season. Annis and Severson with the assists. So Annis now takes the sole scoring lead on the year. As he now has 29 points in his 20th game. So 2-0 Chaska Chanhassen with the lead with 5:52 to go in the second period. And so now the script has changed since last Saturday morning's game. Britz in his own zone. Winding up. He'll skate through a stick check down the right side. Britz cuts to the middle and then lost the puck. It's definitely a group of Bemidji players that you could take advantage of, and Stormhawks need to recognize that. There are definitely some guys that are a little lower in ability. Stormhawks need to recognize that when they're out there, and I think that's this group. Olsen chasing a puck down in his own zone. Try to get around the wall, and fans on that attempt. Now Severson behind the net. Gets it around the wall to the line, but not out. Now behind the net. Careful there, the Stormhawks had to be, because they had a player lurking in front. Severson throwing a check, kept in for a moment, bouncing puck to Britz. Where is it? Still now at the red line, dumped in. Stormhawks will get a partial change. Now a long outlet pass to the red line for the Lumberjacks. They'll dump it in. Robinson. Across to Lund. And Lund felt like he was pressured there, and he really wasn't. He turns the puck over. It'll be Bemidji with the puck. Now Hubbard comes up with it. Stormhawks just, again, careless. They have more time with the puck, I think, than they think. Hubbard around the wall to be Annis to chase to the blue. And that was close to coming out. Referee or a linesman says no. Now Deming at the circle. Gets it off to the wall. Slap shot coming to the back door. And Worthington a little slow in reacting to that. I don't think he saw the puck. Hubbard battling in the corner. Comes to... Oh, there's a high hit there. No call coming. Number 13, just a dirty player. Hit Lund up high. Dumped in. It'll be Jacqueline to skate down. Jacqueline in the corner. Deming checked off the puck, and that's allowing Bemidji to skate up with 3.5 minutes to play. And they skate in off sides. Stormhawks with the 2-0 lead. Goals by Annis and Olsen. The second line is accounted for both goals to this point in the game. It'll be Kurt, Tyler, so they've switched it up a little. Maybe they're rotating the right wings now, so it'll be Kurt, Tyler, and Jacqueline. I think that's probably what they're doing. Maybe the third period they'll rotate centers, potentially. Here is Perry. Perry up the wall, but not out. Now around to Reinhardt in the near corner. His pass to Tyler, able to get it out just past the stick of Kurt. Loose puck to Tyler in front of the penalty box. He'll skate in. Cuts across the middle, and as we've seen several times in this game, stick handling themselves out of a puck. Reinhardt forces it ahead, and it'll be Jacqueline to chase in the Bemidji zone. Now to the near corner. Flip to the neutral zone. Defended by Reinhardt and Perry. Shot goes wide on the blocker side, comes all the way out to the point. Long shot, tipped behind the net. Reinhardt with it. Stormhawks feeling a little hemmed in here. Here's a dump out by Tyler. Now Jacqueline over skating, able to get on it and dump it in. Nice smart play there by Dylan Jacqueline. Trying not to do too much with the puck there, as the Stormhawks have kind of done a lot in this game. Kurt on a loose puck will dump it behind the net for Tyler. Tyler hammered into the wall, fighting through a check. Now O'Connell jumping in for some help. Into the corner. O'Connell gets it around to the far corner. Kurt jumping in. Oh, that's an interference call coming against Perry. It's kind of inadvertent. Chance for Bemidji coming in. Saved by Worthington. The rebound goes wide. So first power play of the game coming for Bemidji, as Dawson Perry's going to go for interference. Totally inadvertent. He really wasn't trying to interfere with the player, but it was the right call. So 1:58 to go in the second period, and Bemidji will get their first power play off the Dawson Perry interference call. Be Olson with O'Connell, your forwards. And Brits and Lund. Face off 1 to Lund, who hoists it out of the zone. Now Brits through the middle of the ice. We'll dump it all the way down. Long pass intercepted and neutralized by O'Connell. He'll chip it to the blue line, but not down. It's dumped back in. It'll be Brits first on it. Brits kicked down just outside the blue. Bemidji will have to wait to clear. Tipped away by Olson. Now comes to Brits, shorthanded through the middle of the ice. Brits shot, stopped off the stick. They tried to jump on the rebound, and they felt like he came in late. I don't think he came in late at all. The goaltender didn't have the puck. .107 to go in the second period. Stormhawks lead 2-0. Stormhawks will get a partial change here. It'll be Annis and Nelson. Here are forwards with Brits and Lund, excuse me. Face off 1 back to Brits. He'll just dump it into the corner. Come the Lumberjacks around Brits into the corner. Nelson looking to break up a pass. He does. Now it'll be Nelson on the puck. He'll just throw it all the way down with 43 seconds to go in the period. Almost a turnover there to Annis. He comes up with the puck. Good back check there by Annis to create some pressure. Now he's going to try to fight through check. He does. Leaves for Nelson with 24 seconds to play. Now gives to Annis. Annis slows up at the blue and can't get the puck off the stick. And then a nice interception by Annis. That was a breakaway coming the other direction. Now Lund jumping up with 10 seconds. His shot deflected wide. Last chance for Bemidji. 4 seconds, and that pass doesn't connect. It's going to go all the way down. To end the period, Stormhawks lead 2-0 after 2. Goals by Will Annis in the first and Dylan Olson in the second. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Stormhawks, and it'll be a 3-second power play. They'll finish up the power play in the third period, Will Bemidji, but we'll get the Zamboni on the ice and be back in about 10-15 minutes for the third period. Chaska Chanhassen leads 2-0. Third period about to get underway. Stormhawks lead 2-0 after 2. Shots on the board 16-12 in favor of the Stormhawks. And Bemidji will start with 3 seconds of a power play. Perry will wrap up his interference minor. And Lumberjacks likely to go 0 for 1 here, unless some sort of miracle. Likely to go 0 for 1 on the power play. Stormhawks also 0 for 1. I can't hear you. Bemidji will chip it in. Penalty didn't start. The clock didn't start. Perry jumps out. The penalty clock didn't start. He looked at the officials and going, what do I do? Like, well, just do the math. 3 seconds into the period, you jump out. No harm done there, though. Strange, this scoreboard is not operating normally. The horn didn't sound at the end of the first period, and the penalty clock didn't start at the start of the third period. So now we're truly underway in the third period. It's Kurt. Leaves in the corner, but he leaves it for Bemidji. Thankfully, he got the long stick of Brits to help out. O'Connell will chip it back in, and Stormhawks will try to break out once again. This time it's Lund. Round a stick check. Skating through the middle of the ice now. Lund into the zone. Tried a toe drag. That went right off the toe of a skate. Coming the other direction is Bemidji. Defended now by Robinson. Fed it around Robinson and sticked away by Worthington. O'Connell up the wall, but eventually out to be picked up by Kurt. Kurt across the red line. They'll flip it to middle of the ice, but right to Bemidji defenseman. Now Tyler has it taken away from him. Bounces to Robinson. Now in the skates of Kurt at the blue line, and Stormhawks not the sharpest start to the third period. Tyler intercepting a puck at center ice, will skate in with Annis. Tyler tried to feed in front, backhand shot off the side of the net, and then the net comes off. Nelson, Olsen, and Annis out with Reinhardt and Robinson. Again, Chaska Chanhassen playing without Cam Biller, who's out with an injured finger. And then Jack Popa and Hayes Long are out for undisclosed reasons, we'll call it. Here's Annis, his shot fanned on. Loose puck to Olsen. Turnaround shot comes all the way through the top of the crease up to Reinhardt. Jumps in. Now Olsen behind the net. Try to stuff it from the near side, and that's fought off. Robinson holds the line, then lost the puck, and flipped out by the Lumberjacks. Annis will race. He'll win the race. Lead for Robinson. Robinson off the wall. Comes to Olsen. Olsen pass misses the stick of Nelson. Or Nelson missed the puck off the pass of Olsen, one of the two. And we'll have a face-off to the left of Max Worthington. With 13:09 to go in the third period, Stormhawks lead 2-0. Face-off one back to Robinson. He can't find the puck. Now around to the near side. Bemidji with it. That's off a skate or something and bounces all the way to neutral ice. Olsen in his own zone. Around the wall to Robinson. Robinson to Reinhardt. And then a long pass for Nelson. I think he was expecting Nelson. Now Nelson racing down to get a puck out. Nelson in! Oh, big save! Nelson, nice power move to the net. He comes up with the puck across to Olsen, who's on his backhand. Olsen able to get into the corner, but can't get any shot off there. Now jumping in is Reinhardt. Coming out with his Annis comes to Nelson. His pass across is just out of reach of Olsen. Comes to Perry. Long shot just wide. And it'll bounce all the way out. Reinhardt has to hurry. Reinhardt taken down, penalty coming. And 13 for the Lumberjacks will go for tripping. Stormhawks to get their second power play of the game with 12:05 to go in the third. Stormhawks 0 for 1 on the power play. It'll be Hubbard, Severson, and Jacqueline, along with Perry and Lund. Face-off one back to Lund. His shot through some traffic. Blocked before it gets on net. Now to Jacqueline. Jacqueline gets it to the slot. Tips it ahead to Hubbard. His shot, not sure that ever got on. Severson jumping up, and that's taken away and flipped to safety. Out for Worthington. Worthington leaves for Lund. Lund up the wall. Try to give it to Jacqueline. That's intercepted. Lumberjacks now shorthanded. Long shot. Blocker saved by Worthington. To the near side, and Bemidji with the puck. Forcing it ahead is Perry, and he'll skate it up now. Perry cuts to the middle, leaves for Hubbard, his shot right on, rebound, digging away is Severson, and goaltender had it frozen. Stormhawks will get a change of forwards. It'll be Kurt, O'Connell, and Deming. With 1:17 left to go on the power play. Bemidji wins the draw. Off a skate, bounces to Perry. Perry can't quite handle the puck. Eventually able to get a stick on it across to O'Connell. And a ill-advised cross-ice pass there by O'Connell, and that was easily intercepted and thrown out. Lund in the corner. Leaves now for O'Connell in the near corner, and Bemidji will forecheck, but able to get it up is O'Connell to Deming. Deming to Kurt. Kurt with it. His shot wide. It's going to come all the way out of the zone. 38 seconds left to go on the power play. Perry to Lund. Lund will pick up some speed in his own zone. Give across to Deming. Deming flips it to the center. That's for O'Connell. Chipped in, but right to a Bemidji defenseman. Off the wall, not out. Intercepted by Perry. Perry down to Kurt in the corner. He tried to pass in front. Fanned on it. Came right back to him. Now up to O'Connell. O'Connell, his shot blocked. And it bounces to safety. Now Lund. Lund escapes a forecheck. Still comes up with the puck. Lund's pass off a skate high in the air, or a stick, comes to Kurt now. Kurt's shot blocked, comes to Perry as the power play expires. Wraparound chance by O'Connell. That's saved by the netminder. Now flip to center ice as Bemidji will get a change behind the play. Lund with it. Lund escapes the forecheck, will skate up. Pass to Tyler just a little in front of him. Out to safety. Lumberjacks flip it up. Now a loose puck comes to Robinson. Robinson gets it across the red. Chipped ahead. Now Kurt up with it. Down the left side. Kurt leaves it in the corner for Tyler. Tyler up to Robinson. Robinson back to Tyler. Back to Robinson. Long shot tipped in front by Annis. Now Britt's intercepting his pass fanned on, or his shot fanned on. Now it intercepted by Tyler. Tyler skating in across to Annis. Annis, his shot right on, didn't get much on it. Now Britt's backhand shot goes into the corner. Annis jumping up, throwing a check, winning the puck. Now it'll be Tyler with it. Tyler circles around. And he got cut off there by his own teammate, able to get it in deep to Olsen. Olsen tried to feed it in front to Annis. Now off the glass and bounces to neutral ice for Robinson. Give to Britz. Britz will take it through the middle of the ice and hammered after he dumped the puck in. No call coming. Now kicked down at the blue, and they say a high stick. Stormhawks played a high stick there. And we'll get a face-off at neutral ice. Excuse me, we'll have a face-off down in Stormhawk territory because the puck was played with a high stick. 8:31 to go in the third period. Stormhawks lead 2-0. Next goal is a big one here. Olsen wins the draw to Brits. Brits, a pass Perry. Now pass into the slot, and they can't get the shot off. Out of the far wall, tipped ahead by Perry. Perry will skate up. Try to get around the defenseman. He got it in the zone. Now a loose puck. Annis almost able to skate into. Annis has been very active, especially in the offensive zone in this game. Now here's a chance coming the other direction for Bemidji. Pass across, and it'll be gloved safely by Worthington. .758 to go in the third. It's still 2-0 Chaska-Chanhassen. It'll be Hubbard, Jacqueline, and Nelson. Face off won by the Lumberjacks. Soft shot kicked away by Perry. Now skating up is Nelson. Down the left side, defenseman falls down. Nelson tried to cut in front, but a good stick of that defenseman. Jacqueline goes in hard on the wall. Puck comes up to Perry. Perry stick handles around one to the top of the circle. His shot blocker save into the corner. Now Reinhardt jumping up. Getting help from Hubbard. And Jacqueline loses control there, and we have a tripping call coming against Bemidji. Stormhawks to go on their third power play of the game. They're 0 for 2 to this point. Kurt O'Connell and Severson will be on the ice with Lund and Perry for this power play with 7:27 to go. Kurt wins a faceoff to Perry. He's got a hustle. His shot, he scores! Perry got not everything on that shot, but he beats the goaltender high to the glove side. And it's 3-0 Chaska-Chanhassen with a power play goal. Dawson Perry's 5th goal of the season. And Kurt's 9th assist. He now has 29 points. Perry. Dawson Perry off a single assist from Kieran Kurt. And it's 3-0 Chaska-Chanhassen in the third period. Now Lund in his own zone. Getting help from Kurt. Pass from the Lumberjacks. Going to split everybody and go all the way down. Kurt intercepting at the blue line, dumping it into Lumberjack territory. Slides to the front of the net, and goaltender will get a glove on it with 6:56 to go. In the corner, picked up by Kurt. He had O'Connell lurking there. Then he passed it right to a Bemidji player. Long pass all the way down. They were going to wave icing. Why was that not icing? O'Connell, Lund and Kurt trying to win a puck. It's Kurt. He'll come up with it. He'll skate down. Kurt down the right side. Shot right on. Rebound behind the net. Now to Severson. Now Kurt with it. Long shot, glove save. .622 to go in the third period. The Stormhawks with the 3-goal lead. Face-off one back to Brits. Brits shot blocked into the equipment of a defenseman, and then eventually it slides in on net. Goaltender gets a glove on it. We'll do it again. That Bemidji player blocked that shot, goes for a change there. I'm sure he felt that one. Brits with the puck. Brits fighting through a couple of Lumberjacks, skates to the middle, and then lost control. Oh boy, no call coming there. I thought Deming could have got a boarding call. And a good hit there by Robinson. And they call that roughing? If you're gonna... That's an interesting call. He had the puck. He could have given Deming a penalty over on this side. I think that was a makeup call. If I've ever seen one, that was a makeup call. So Bemidji to go on their second, I believe, power play of the night, or of the morning. They're 0 for 1. So 5:55 to go. Stormhawks lead 3-0. That was definitely a makeup call because that was just good defending by Robinson. He says it was because he got his hands up high. That's what the referee was just telling Bear Nelson, but that was a makeup. And I don't really, that doesn't bother me that much. Face off one by Olsen for Brits. Brits, he's bothered. Lumberjacks come out with it. Look for their pass attempt, and then a good effort there by Olsen to get it to safety. Dump back in, it'll be Brits off the wall, and it slides out. Flipped in, it'll be Lund first on it. Lund off the wall, but held in. Long shot going wide, coming to the near side now. Chipped in by the Lumberjacks, Brits on it. And Olsen trying to dig it loose. He'll reverse, go to the far side. Could slide its way to Annis. Annis will come up with it and get it out. Stormhawks will get a partial change of their penalty killers. Annis chasing, creating a turnover, coming up with it. Shots, goes off the side of the net. And thrown all the way down for an icing. It's going to come on net, so they wave it. Around the wall to Lund. Lumberjacks able to keep it in to Perry. Perry escapes once, twice, and then gets to Lund, who throws it all the way down. Bouncing puck into the corner. The goaltender swipe it around to Annis to kick loose, but he kicked it right to a Bemidji player. Keep an eye on the goaltender if he comes to the bench here. He is slapping his stick like, do you want me to come for an extra attacker? Turned over now to Tyler. Tyler will flip it ahead. Perry jumping in. Perry shorthanded in. And he didn't get a shot off. He did have the goaltender down as he was cutting across, but a good stick of the netminder to break up that opportunity. Now we're on the wall. Push to center ice. Nelson absorbing a check and winning that battle. Now a loose puck across to Perry. Perry will slowly skate it in. Pass to Nelson. His shot goes wide. Bounces all the way out to the far point for Lund. We're skating 5-on-5 again. Bemidji 0 for 2 on the power play. Now Nelson comes out to Reinhardt. Reinhardt back to Nelson. Nelson fighting through a check. Bemidji wins it. Loose puck, and Hubbard was leaving. Otherwise, he could have been on that puck. Nelson jumping up. And slowing the rush, allowing the puck to slide to Brits. Brits will just skate it up. Big hit thrown at center ice, but Brits able to get the puck into the zone. You can cheer for the hit all you want, but Luke Brits did his job. Now Jacqueline intercepting and get it in deep with 2:55 to play. Now Reinhardt jumping up. Bemidji with a chance coming down. Shot off the crossbar. Comes out to Severson. And now we got a penalty coming behind the play. Jacqueline getting hit behind the play, and they're going to toss number 9 out of the game. 9's going to go for cross-checking behind the play. So he's going to get at minimum a 2 and a 10. Can't say I'm too surprised. There's been a lot of that with this team.
I think Homer should serve.
Yeah. 2:38 to go. It's 3-0. Stormhawks will get a 2-minute power play. It looks like he'll get a 2 and a 10 for cross-checking. Bemidji's had some real high-quality scoring chances, and that one was probably their best opportunity. They just hit the crossbar. Face-off won by Kurt to Lund. Lund across to Robinson, shot right on, and rebound into the corner. Bemidji now on the attack, short-handed. Backhand shot, a little mishandled there by Worthington, but able to get it behind the net. Now into the slot, bounces to Lund. Lund skates up with Kurt and O'Connell, 3-on-2. Across to Kurt. Kurt can't handle a rolling puck. Now around the wall for O'Connell to gather. O'Connell leaves it in the corner, but Stormhawks had vacated the area. Flipped up and all the way down with 2 minutes to play. Lund in his own zone. Banks it to Severson. Severson kicks a dump in loose. Will skate in down the left side. Kurt going to the net. Severson's pass intercepted. Kirk was interfered with going to the net and skated in and hit the far post. And I think he was hoping for an interference call, which wouldn't have been the wrong call. Stormhawks get a change. They'll get Olsen, Annis, and Deming out there with 1:44 to play. And I'll redo it again, as I believe the official said, that wasn't my best drop of the puck. Face-off one to Perry. Perry across to Lund. Lund, his shot just missed the far post. Now Perry in the corner. Pass in front. Olsen tied up, couldn't get anything on it. Lund mishandles. Coming the other way is Bemidji. Lund gets back and breaks up the play. Leaves it for Deming. Deming across the red line into the zone. Cuts to the middle, and that's taken away. And it rolls into the Stormhawks zone. 34 seconds left to go on the power play for the Stormhawks. 1:08 to go in the third period. Pass of Annis is tipped away by the Lumberjacks. Now gathered by Olsen in his own zone. His pass off a stick. Regains control. Will leave for Perry. Perry's pass in the skates of Olsen bounces to Annis. Annis and Olsen had to both fight for control. Annis gets it ahead. Now Deming, his shot blocked before it gets on net. Into the corner. Deming, his pass to Annis is intercepted, and we're skating 5-on-5 again. Knocked down by Annis. Into the corner. 30 seconds to play. Annis comes out with it. His shot wide. Bounces to the near point for Deming to hold. Try to hold. Here comes the other direction for Bemidji. Skating down, bothered by Britt. And his shot goes high and into the netting. Good pressure there by Luke Britz, not allowing the Bemidji attacker to get much on that opportunity. And he hoists it over the net with 18 seconds to play. Face-off won by the Stormhawks. Perry up and out of play with 11 seconds to play. Hubbard to take this draw. This time won by the Lumberjacks. Fanned on the shot attempt. Loose puck, center ice comes to Nelson, and that will take care of it. Nelson will shoot at the whistle, or at the horn, and Max Worthington gets, another shutout. I should put that on the line chart. He's got several shutouts on the year. 3-0 the final Stormhawks win. They improved of 16-4-1 overall and 12-2-1 in league play. Bemidji falls to 5-6-3. Worthington with the shutout, 25 saves. No, excuse me, 16 saves. And then Annis, Olson, and Perry, the goals, one each in each period. That does it from the Victoria Rec Center. Chaska, Chanhassen in purple, 3, Bemidji 0. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock against Shakopee at Chaska Community Center, Rink 1. Thanks for watching.